I want to help you move seamlessly up and down the guitar neck, and we're going to do this with only 2 different patterns and 2 different licks, and it's going to allow us to move up and down the guitar neck. And what I really want you to think about when you go and practice is don't learn a lick just for the sake of learning a guitar lick. I want you to, whenever you learn a lick, think, how can I incorporate this into other licks that I know? So we're going to make this really easy, and the easiest way to do this, to find this first pattern, is to find your root note on the G string. So if we lay our finger flat on the 2nd fret, we get an A chord. If we lay our finger flat on the dots, so on the 5th fret, we get a C. Next dot, we get a D. Next dot, we get an E. And on the 12th fret, we get a G. So this is the easiest way to me to kind of find your way around the guitar neck. And so you can do this in any key just by starting on your root note on the G string. But we're going to do this in A. If we lay our finger flat right here on the 2nd fret and we use this pattern, we get an A major pentatonic. Now remember, I don't want you to run this scale up and down. I actually just want you to memorize the pattern. And I want you to pay attention to where the root notes are. So we've got an A note right here on the 5th fret of the E string. Obviously, we've got one on the 2nd fret of the G string. Remember, we talked about that. And then on the 5th fret of this other E string. So these are my root notes, and I want to kind of play around these root notes. A lick that I might use is something simple like this. And you notice I'm kind of working around this root note. So real slowly, that goes like this. All right, so you can come up with lots of licks inside of this major pentatonic pattern. And if we take this pattern and we move it 3 frets up, so where we would lay our finger flat, just move it 3 frets up, use the exact same pattern. Now we get our minor pentatonic scale. So major pentatonic scale, and this works for any major pentatonic scale. If you move it 3 frets up, now you get the minor pentatonic scale. This also works for any major scale that you know. Any position, any major scale that you know, if you move it 3 frets up the guitar neck, then you'll have your minor scale. So major pentatonic, minor pentatonic. If you know the major scale here, you move it 3 frets up, now you know the minor scale. So this works anywhere on the guitar neck in any key, and it makes playing guitar a lot easier than people make it out to be. So we've moved it 3 frets up and we're playing this pattern, and now we get the minor pentatonic scale. But if you'll notice, our root notes have changed. So we still have a root note here on the 5th fret of the E strings, but now our other root note is on the 7th fret of the D string. So now I kind of want to work and end around, this root note, which is the 7th fret on the D string. So as long as you can come up with licks and kind of work your way back to this root note, now we can start sounding good. Kind of create licks that resolve and have an ending. We'll just come up with a lick here. Let's just take kind of a typical Johnny B. Good lick, which is to bend the 7th fret on the G string, and then lay our finger flat on the 5th fret of the B and the E string. So that's kind of that typical Johnny B. Good lick. That's how you would play it. But we're going to end it by bending up this 8th fret and then walk it down the pentatonic scale. So I know that was a little confusing. Let's do it like this. All right, so real slow. So now we've got a lick in our major scale. And now we can slide up and do our lick in our minor pentatonic scale. And sliding around, especially if you're moving up the guitar neck, sliding is a really good way to move from box to box. So those are two licks that you can connect together just by sliding, because we ended on this note and we're just going to kind of randomly pick a note and slide up till we get to the note that we want in our minor pentatonic scale. Now, another box that's really useful is your B.B. King box. And the way to find this is we find this top part of our pentatonic scale on the B string in our minor pentatonic scale, and we slide 2 frets up, and that gets to our root note, in this case our A note. So from that B string, just slide up 2 frets, and now we can play this pattern, and we get our B.B. King box. So I'm going to play the same lick in this B.B. King box that I played down here in my major scale. So remember, I played this down here. You notice I'm just going to kind of slide into this 11th fret of the G string. And that's the same exact lick that I played an octave lower down here in my major pentatonic scale, but now I'm playing it in my B.B. King box. Because I'm sliding into this note, I can play that lick I was playing in the minor pentatonic scale, and I can slide up here to my B.B. King box and play my B.B. King box lick that I know. Alright, so now I'm in a dilemma. I'm up here in my B.B. King box and I'm able to play up here, so I was able to move all the way from down here in my major pentatonic and all the way up to my B.B. King box. But now I've got to find a way to get back down the guitar neck, because it doesn't do you any good to be able to just move up the guitar neck. You need to be able to work your way back down. So one thing I can do to work my way back down the guitar neck in an easy way is I can just kind of walk my way down this minor pentatonic scale. So remember how we slid 2 frets up to get to our B.B. King box? Well, if I'm in my B.B. King box playing, one thing that I can do is slide back. So I can slide back down 2 frets. I'm going to keep this same position that I was playing in my B.B. King box, but now I've moved back 2 frets, and this is actually working my minor pentatonic scale. And then I'm back down here into my minor pentatonic scale box that we know. So this is just walking down the pentatonic scale. So if you're stuck here in your B.B. King box, an easy way to do that is just to work your way down this minor pentatonic scale. So I've used my minor pentatonic scale to get from my B.B. King box down to this regular minor pentatonic box that we're used to, and I can actually continue to walk this down. So this is the same lick that I played before, just continuing to walk that box down. Now this 5th fret on my E string is actually the same as my open A. So one thing that I can do if I wanted to get back down here is start again. We just walked down to here, hit this 3rd fret on the A string, and then my open A, and now I'm back here in my major pentatonic box. So now we can get from just walking down the pentatonic scale, we can get from our B.B. King box all the way back down in a seamless way back to where we started in our major pentatonic around this A chord shape. So that's an easy way to move all the way up and all the way back down the guitar neck using these 3 boxes and these 2 little patterns. So I really do hope that when you're practicing and you're learning new licks, you're not learning the lick just for the sake of learning it. What I want you to do instead is whenever you learn a lick, think, how can I incorporate this in to the boxes I know or to other licks? How can I kind of thread these things together? Because it really does you no good just to learn a lick all by itself. What you need to be able to do is think, how can I incorporate this into the other licks that I know? And even if you only know the boxes, you need to be able to learn licks that can move you from box to box, move you up the guitar neck, and then move you back down. So I really do hope this helps. And as always, if you need something, reach out to me. I'll be glad to help you.